Boop. Okay. That should be good. Alright. Aloha and welcome back, buddies. I'm Sammy Grayson here with me, our first of doing Red Nova.
Hello.
Welcome back to Endwalker, which we're almost at the end of the base story.
Yay.
I'm also no longer level capped.
Woo!
Yeah, I finally got Dawn Trail. Took me long enough.
Still got, I think, well, we still got at least like 1 or 2 big cutscenes first, but level 89, a bold decision. Before the final map, I mean. Harris, I trust you've had a good rest. An envoy of Master Fortuno's arrived not long ago with a message. The Leopards have determined Meteon's location. Yay. We've been asked to gather at the Rostra. I'll meet you there, along with the others. As we make our way over, welcome to the 0.4 patch. 7.4, right?
Yep.
Dawn Trail?
I don't know the patch numbers.
I'm not in red.
Hey, what?
Current patch is 7.4, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Quick, non-spoilery thoughts. This is probably Dawn Trail's best patch.
Oh boy.
Just like hands down. Main story's great. The 8-man in Dawn Trail.
That's the person I needed to follow.
Yeah.
I was following the wrong fucking player. How the fuck did I do that? they weren't even the right size.
But yeah, no. I think this patch has cemented Dawn Trail's 8-man as one of, if not the best.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something fun to look forward to.
Yep. Yeah, have pools of 24 men out of the water. Might be
Hell yeah.
I still love how in the Crystal Dungeon, I'm like, wait, who was this? You mentioned that first 8-man. I'm like, oh, that poor fuck.
One who only got respect after they turned him into a solo duty.
Yep.
So now the question is, voiced or not? Nope. Everyone appears to be present and accounted for. Good. As you know, the Leopards have deduced the whereabouts of Meteon by means of crystal bequeathed to us by Heidelin herself. Your quarry's location is a place far beyond the moon, in the farthest reaches of the Sea of Stars, at the edge of creation. A veritable Ultima Thule. Indeed. How then are we to reach it? An excellent question. Luckily for you, I have an equally excellent answer. In theory, with its advanced propulsion systems, the moon is capable of delivering you to Ultima Thule, but the myriad of other facilities housed within greatly impede travel through the Sea of Stars. Even the Mother Crystal may not possess ether enough to bear so massive a vessel to our destination and back. However, if we integrate our Hyper Hopper into your ether burner, we should be able to fire things up and jump our way to the end of the universe in no time. Father, does this mean... Bear in mind this decision was not made solely at my discretion, but with the consent of the Forum. Hearing the Leopard's proposal, the Forum was faced with a grave decision. To commit the Ark to this endeavor would mean abandoning both our plans to evacuate the moon and to resettle on another star. Needless to say, the proposition invited fierce debate. In the end, however, the Forum was swayed by the simple fact that Heidelin believed you possessed of the strength needed to overcome this crisis. The Great Exodus was, after all, a plan of Heidelin's own making. Therefore, if in the 11th hour she would proffer another means by which we may seek salvation, we would be fools to dismiss it out of hand. Indeed, she sacrificed everything, her very existence, to avert the destruction of this star. That is why we have chosen to place our faith in Heidelin, in you. The Ark will be made ready for your voyage to Ultima Thule. What of all the people that have labored so tirelessly to prepare for the evacuation? You must be furious. I would not be so sure. I have not forgotten your deeds on the Magna Glacius, nor did your instrumental role in orchestrating the delivery of adamantite go unnoticed. Though the people do not protest, quite the contrary, they have expressed unwavering support for you and your mission.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be in support of planet not getting blown up.
Yeah, I think that's the preferable outcome here. Are the Leopards too willing to abandon the Exodus? Were you not listening when we said we were born of Heidelin's love for Theris and its people? If it means your survival, we would do anything to help. You'll most certainly have need of our expertise where you're going. There's no guarantee Ultima Thule is a place that supports life. An otherwise vexing problem I don't know how can remedy. Besides, Heidelin chose us to lead the way to Meteor. Why else would she give you a crystal only we can decipher? But more importantly, we were perfectly content to evacuate Theris until you brought us here, MJ. Now we're enamored with the place, so what choice do we have but to save it? Good job, MJ. Of course, none of this is possible without you and the Scion, so I must ask, are you certain you wish to do this? So, are y'all looking at me? Couldn't stop us if you tried. Very well. I shall inform the Forum of your decision and begin preparations to bolster the Ark with the, Hyper Hopper.
I love it. That's what the love words call that device.
Because, you know, bunny. Benui. The Leopards will coordinate with the Ilthobot contingent to have the necessary components transported via the Tower of Babel. Of course, it will take time until the work is complete. For now, pray take your ease. It would seem there's naught to do but rest and prepare, shall we?
Time to stop Armageddon.
Yep.
It is wild being where we're at now, and me still remembering, like, what, you know, being at the end of Shadowbringers going, what the fuck is Endwalker?
And now you know. Going to space and also the core of the planet. Now we depart, we must leave nothing undone. Quite. Though it is difficult to conceive of how one can best prepare to brave a domain where Dynamis governs all. Nevertheless, Heidelin deemed us worthy of the trials that await. The lack of any other feasible options at this late stage, let us trust in her judgment and face Meteon as we are. Which leaves the not-so-small task of coordinating our efforts here to you and Tataru. If all goes to plan, we'll be back before you know it. I certainly hope so. We'll be praying for your safe return. Mayhap it will affect the Dynamis for the better. With that settled, we should get some rest and make the most of the time we've been afforded. Now, speaking of Tataru. The meeting's over, is it? You were in there for so long I started to worry. What did they have to say? It's like, they're letting us use the ship. I'm going really far away. The edge of creation. I see. Matters. Rest assured everything will remain in order until you return. And you will return. Actually, Harris, can I borrow you for a moment? Looks like your plans for the interim are decided. The two of you have finished. Meet us back at the Baldessian Annex, alright?
Given how Kryl's effectively been depowered for most of this expansion, I bet that news that she'd be Pictomancer and Dawntrail was very big.
Yeah. Actually, I think that came about when they first showed us, like, the full intro trailer. Come with me to the Agora. I have something to show you. There's one thing I wish they'd let us do for Pictomancers, like, at least flavor some of the more complex attacks a little differently to suit our own tastes. Welcome, Harris, to Taru's boutique. I've always done my best to provide the Scions with fashionable attire, but in your case specifically, I make an extra effort to strive for the most functional yet stylish clothing one could ask for. Not that I'm playing favorites, but you are the warrior of light. Faced with this unprecedented crisis, I knew you would need an ensemble unlike anything I've created before, and that I wouldn't be able to do it alone. And so, after enlisting the aid of the world's finest artisans, I finally completed my career-defining masterpiece. Then inspiration struck and I saw a golden opportunity just begging to be seized. With the help of some Thavnarian refugees, I decided to set up shop here in Sharlayan. Of course, I would never charge you for any of our works. Perish the thought. Sarud, how are things coming along? Everything is in order, Mistress Taru. We'll be ready to open shortly. Thumbs up. Which is why I brought you here, to be our very first patron. Would you mind waiting here a moment longer? The following event cannot be skipped. Yes. Wait for the boutique to open. Looking. Hold on. Did not expect to find you here. Oh. Hello, Roshan. I imagine Nitana would also wish to offer her regards. Alas, after delivering our dragon seals to the engineers, she remained to assist with their work on the ether burner. This simulacrum too will stay in Sharlayan, while I oversee matters in Radzat-Han. It is a rather convenient means to keep abreast of developments pertaining to the final days, or anything else. It also allows me, after a fashion, to watch over my people in this distant land. Sean, I was hoping you would stop by. Can't thank you enough for allowing your artisans to work with me here at the boutique. Please, it is I who should be thanking you. This establishment has restored a sense of normalcy to their lives. We've blessed them with newfound purpose, and a means by which to support themselves in these troubled times. What's more, when they at last return home to Radzat-Han, the experience and knowledge they have gained in your employ will no doubt prove to be a boon to the artistry and commerce of our land. In fact, I came here to see how your new employees are settling in, to express my gratitude for granting them this opportunity. It's an opportunity for me as well, believe you me. Artisans have taught me so much about the Thavnarian craftsmanship. Their resourcefulness and ingenuity are nothing short of inspiring. I can't wait to see what kind of wonders we come up with. I pray you every success in your endeavors, Mistress Taru. Before coming here, I heard word of the Forum's decision, what will soon be attempted. It's only then that I finally understood why my father called the star the last bastion of hope. Indeed, it was the last bastion. The flame of every other star he encountered had likely been extinguished. In the boundless dark, the light of brimming life must have been blinding in its splendor. You journey unto the heavens to protect that light. May the scales of my kin serve you well. I have faith you will prevail and restore peace and tranquility to the star. like to visit Razatan again when this is all over. And we should be honored to receive you. There's still much of Razatan you have yet to see. Forgive me, but I must take my leave. Very well, and remember, people of the Star have not yet given up hope, and neither must you.
Alright, who next?
Where must I go to get a meal with some flavor in this wasteland of taste? Oh, it's a Manolane. You're in the wrong part of the city, buddy.
That figures.
The restaurant is over
I think he's
that
just.
way.
I think he's just in the wrong city.
No, there is an place here to get some fine dining. Well, fine dining, quote unquote. Curse, old boy. Hey, whatever are you doing here? Like waiting. New boutique, you see. I had been meaning to expand my wardrobe. Yeah, something with a little more flair, perhaps, befitting a man of my station. Though I have nowhere to flaunt said raiment so long as my confinement continues indefinitely. I, the young Lord Fortampt, insist that so long as there is work to be done, no matter how trivial, I must abide here in Charlian. Thus do I toil, though every fiber of my being rails against it. I have even suffered the company of that brute Sika to see supplies transported in a timely fashion. Yet he was the one granted leave this morning to participate in some supposed covert operation. So I suffer instead for his otherwise welcome absence, now burdened with extra busy work. And without Anawa here, there is no one to prepare my meals. I came here in the hopes of finding a nice cafe, perhaps. Alas, the Charlian delicacies I've sampled were lacking in every respect. It's a hearty meal you're after. I'd suggest the last stand. Have you tried Archon loaf? Well, not that.
That is such an evil option.
Yeah, I went with the last stand choice.
Yeah, you only pick Archon loaf if you're the kind of person who cannot fucking stand this guy. The cafe over on the pier. The cuisine didn't appear all that appetizing, but if you vouch for that cooking, then perhaps I will give it a try. Thank you for the suggestion. Ta-ta for now, old boy.
Yeah, Manolane may still have some of that stuck up stuff, but he's at least grown.
He's grown a bit, yeah. Shake, shake, shake.
Like, I really feel like that one fuck up he did back in the back in that peace treaty meeting really put stuff in perspective for him.
Yep. Panic and inexperience won over, and he's grown since then. Well, that Harrison Tataru I spy. Oh, hello, Hancock. There's Shade's Delight. Hancock, what are you still doing here? Said you were returning immediately after dropping off your cargo. Yes, that was my original plan. For all, any expertise required aside from the delivery goods is well beyond my purview. What manner of entrepreneur would squander an opportunity to study the markets of the northern seas? Worry not, I will return straight away to Kugane once I have finished. Of course you'll find a way to turn this crisis to your advantage. She wounds me, the industrious woman running a new boutique. I'm not blind to the travails of those who fight on the front lines to deliver us from ruin. Indeed, I have every confidence they will succeed, and I would make myself, and my business, ready for their return. If you believe in them so devoutly, then why not put your money where your mouth is? Fair enough, Tataru, fair enough. There's not more I can do to help ready the Ark and her heroes for the maiden voyage, but on your return, I shall host a grand celebration in your honor at the Bokaro Inn. Accommodations are quite costly, given the reputation of said establishment, but the East Aldenar Trading Company would be honored to foot the bill. Will there be lemon cakes? Oh, a man of tart tastes, I see. Yes, there will be lemon cakes and much, much more. Finest delicacies the world and Lord Lolorito have to offer. But let's speak.
Base.
She's just like, you bitch. Finally, he's an Endwalker. Canther, where have you been? Let us speak more of this upon your return, lest I draw even more of Tataru's ire. Until next we meet. Also, hello, Canther. Yeah, we're almost at the last map. Keyword being almost. Soon, TM.
Yep.
Ah, Harris decided to spend your time at the markets, did you? I did not remember this cutscene going on this long. Oh, it's Biggs and Wedge. Tataru! Biggs, Wedge! I take it work on the arc proceeds apace? Aye, it does indeed. Collaborating with the greatest minds of Charlie and Radhan has been a rewarding experience. That's to say nothing of what we learned from the Lupperids. The arc is unlike everything we've ever had the pleasure to work on. Even Nero was rendered speechless on more than one occasion. Can't wait for you to see it.
Okay, real quick, because I don't know how long this cutscene is going for. My food just arrived, so I'm gonna go grab that real quick.
Okie dokie. You can have a couple of chippies.
Yep. And you guys are in that unskippable cutscene still.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
So how's the Megabonk going there, Canther? One's really big and the other's really small. Nice contrast there, guys.
Lopper trolls and then there's that one just completely dozing with a bubble coming out of his nose. I already told Yosh I'd get my YAMLs to him later after we're done with the session.
Okay.
Oh, what I had to fix was that Sonic Adventure 2 one, which I did to put Final Hazard Chaos Emerald Hunt.
So yeah, I should probably test mine before we actually start.
But I did play through BX4 yesterday without any hitches, all giving us that one along with the AP world. I will also be doing 4 games.
Which ones are you doing?
FF4, Free Enterprise, X3, X4, and Sonic Adventure 2.
Ah. Yep. You back?
And I'm back.
Alright. I've actually not moved from the screen, so. You'll never guess who paid us a visit before we came to Charlian. Alpha. I think he sensed the coming danger and returned to check on us. He was always one to turn up in a time of need, and I suppose that's why he decided to join us here in Charlian. Good thing, too, I don't know how he does it, but he has a knack for brightening your day just by being there. It's because he is tiny and adorable.
Our bird.
Still hard to believe he had the means to send you off to the great expanse, though. The farthest known reaches of, well, everything. Never thought I'd live to see such marvels, yet here I am. More often than not, you and the Scions are the catalyst that sparks the need for these great innovations. I think how much I'd have missed out on had I not been a member of the Ironworks. An awful lot of work, to be fair, and the privilege of being worked like a cart chocobo. Grumble, grumble.
Flippy what?
Ha! There is that, too. Busy as we've been, I wish there was more we could do for you, Harris. No matter what happens, we have to keep believing for a brighter future. One filled with even more adventure. They're like hell, yeah. When you head back, would you tell the engineers I'll be along shortly with refreshments? Very kind of you, Tataru. I'll be glad to hear it. And on that note, Wedge and I should be going. Still a few more supplies to gather before we return.
I now has tonkotsu.
Yummy. I would love to try good, authentic tonkatsu ramen.
It good.
So I hear. Terribly sorry for the wait. Right this way, if you please.
I feel like I have, but did I ever tell you about how I first really learned how to use chopsticks?
I believe it's fuzzy, but I do believe you've talked about that before.
Yeah, because it was around when I was going to Japan.
Right. It was kind of a trial by fire sort of thing.
Yeah, like I got the basics down from like the we were heading out sushi night, basically. And then the first dinner I had when actually in Japan was ramen.
Ah. Gotcha.
And that was my trial by fire, was eating ramen with chopsticks.
Right. I don't believe the two of you have been formally introduced. This is Varsarud from Palaka Stand. Hello. Hey, we know that place. Haven't we met before? Ah, yes. It was you who helped us at Perusa, and again when crossing the ice fields, was it not? I doubt we exchanged little more than glances then, but it is kind of you to remember me. Thanks to Mistress Tataru, I and many of my friends have found gainful employment in this foreign land. It's only natural to feel fear in the face of calamity. At such times we must look to one another for strength and succor. I know not whether we will come to call this place home or return to Thavnair. We are here today and are glad to have contributed to the cause. And contribute they did, by helping to make your new garments as durable as possible. Put our hearts and souls into them, and I have every confidence they'll keep you safe in the battle to come. Gods, think how far we've come since our humble beginnings at the Waking Sands. The rising stones, the falling snows, Meeting a certain insufferable someone's Ruby Bazaar. We're always fortunate to find friends along the way.
I don't know, I feel like you got Hancock's number real quick, Tataru.
Even when you were swept away to the first, Grahatia was there to grant you sanctuary. Never forget the relief I felt when you all returned to us. I thought my heart would burst. Yours has been a long, long journey. I've been privileged to watch, often with bated breath, as you persevere time and again. For all the joy we share, there's been much sorrow as well. But I've long since learned you can't have one without the other. Which is why I promised to send you off to the Sea of Stars with a smile. You can be certain I'll be the first one to welcome you back on your return. Nodders. And now, in addition to your new ensemble, we have raiment and weaponry for every need, so please feel free to browse our stock.
There she is. Now she's sponsored. That was weirdly took a bit.
Yep. And yep, this is where we can get our job gear for this expansion.
Look, I was expecting story glamour.
Nope. That moment I remember, I could just pick up any of these and glamour it.
Red Mage is the atrophy stuff, okay.
Yep.
I'll have to look into that later.
Yep. Painter's Tavern. Which reminds me, I've been pondering what exactly... I said Viper before, but I'm pondering what job I want to take into Dawn Trail. Knowing what I do. But that can wait for another day. Level 89 quest, Friends Gathered. Though delighted by your patronage, Tataru is ready to send you on your way. I realize you've still got lots to do before you depart, so I won't keep you any longer. Do hope you can find a moment for yourself, and that the others can as well. Said they were returning to the Baldessian Annex, though I doubt they stayed for long. Decided to go looking for them. I suggest speaking with Cryo first. I'm sure they would have told her their plans.
There she is.
You're back. I take it you received your gift from Tataru? My access to job gear? Yes. It's a surprise long in the making, with many, many long hours of fretting to get everything just right. Glad to see it realized, and with great success. If you're looking for the others, though, they've already taken their leave. Stola, Thancred, and Arianje have gone to the last stand for a bite to eat. Alisa and Grahatia, meanwhile, thought their time would be better spent poring over books at Numenon. As for Alphino and Estinian, well, they've elected to pay the pay a visit to the Levier estate, though Estinian seems somewhat reluctant to go. I'm sure they would all be glad for your company if you would mind to seek them out. Should you be feeling peckish, I'd suggest heading to the last stand before you still and the others finish eating. Above all else, it would be foolish to run headlong into battle a fatigued mess. So do remember to get a good night's sleep.
Oh, and it is a set order, okay.
Yeah.
Because, not gonna lie, I was thinking of immediately running over to see Uriange's reaction to the Levier estate. Or not Uriange,
Estinian.
Why did I say Uriange?
I don't know. Maybe because they're both Elven. So,
Names are fun.
Names are fun. Hey, guys. Harris, time to make our trio into a quartet, haven't you? Please, have a seat and we'll see about getting you a drink.
Hello, Ultimate Thule.
I love this song.
Your business with Chitaru was finished.
Voice.
My, what a thoughtful surprise. Whatever would we do without her?
Indeed. And she's right, you know. It hasn't been all doom and gloom.
Feels like a lifetime ago that Master Louis Soir gathered us together to form the Circle of Knowing. Since then, we have experienced much. But rather than feeling wiser, the more I learn, the more I find...
Forsooth. As a student, vainly did I believe that I held the secrets of creation in my grasp. Yet that which I had seized was but an insignificant sliver of what awaited in the wider world. Every encounter, every experience hath served to open mine eyes, enlightening and humbling me in equal measure. Even from those whom I called enemies have I learned many a valuable lesson.
What will we learn at the edge of the universe, I wonder?
Ultima Thule, where the bringer of the end makes her nest. I, for one, can't possibly imagine.
With a glug of ale.
But whatever awaits us there, we will survive. We must. For her.
It is still funny to me, just like, ah yes, Fantasy World burger.
Beauregard. Nothing left to prove.
I love
Not
the
to read
fish.
nor Mid-Philia.
I still love the facial animation from when Graha's patty fell out of the bun.
Is aught the matter?
No, it's nothing. I just... Well, lately I find myself surprised at how much I've changed. How much we've all changed.
We've come far together, and if we have aught to say about it, we'll go further still. Aye, we will avert this calamity and return home. In preparation for which, we must give thought to what we hope to achieve after the proverbial dust has settled.
What with the primals and Asians all but dealt with, I suppose we'll need to look for new hobbies. In all seriousness, though, in uniting to overcome a common foe, the disparate peoples of the world have found a way forward together. It's a truly gratifying sight to see.
Indeed. Though it was many years in the making, we have successfully set in motion the gears of fundamental change. With this, we have fulfilled our humble role as a symbol of hope. And I dare say it is time to bow out. After all, there is no shortage of hands to bear the torch in our stead.
You know, I never really considered I might live long enough to see an after. But even if my time as a scion came to an end, I don't expect that much will change. Traveling the world, going wherever the wind blows, lending a hand to those in need.
A journey for journey's sake. It doth suit thee well. I must confess, I too have yearned to see more of the world. If thou art amenable to the suggestion, I would accompany thee. Mine ability to affect an air of normalcy through artful disguise is much improved, thou must concede.
Aye, well, improvement is relative. You still look suspicious no matter what you wear. What of you, Ishtola? Any grand plans?
Why, continue my quest for knowledge, naturally. To begin with, I wish to know the state of the reflections, to which end I must find a means to travel between worlds. 'Tis the least I must do if I am to keep my promise. Should my pursuits prove unduly arduous, I won't hesitate to call on you. And in return, I will take you to see Reen one day. I'm sure you cannot wait to see the fine young woman she has become.
Spare me.
And what of thee? What wouldst thou pursue at duty's end?
Here's yours. My apologies for the wait.
Don't even get to answer.
Well, shall we make a toast? To victory.
To our comrades.
To the future of the star.
I feel it definitely gives me the vibe that some of those lines all felt like it was also the devs speaking to the players.
That's fair.
Given this is basically the end of the first major arc.
Yep. The first major saga. I remember first time around thinking to myself, yeah, this does give off some very, like, we're heading into the final battle, calm before the storm kind of feelings.
Yeah. Like, especially with everything that's been happening, it really does make sense why Dawn Trail. I assume at least at first. I'm sure later on it gets a little hectic with the story, but like at first is basically the breather episode.
I will say nothing at this time.
Yeah, I just know it was basically positioned as effectively like the warrior of like going on vacation or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Leaving so soon, I suppose it's for the best. If you'd rather not explore the bottom of a bottle with Urianger, I dare say the others would welcome your company as well, if you can find them, that is. In any case, as long as you make the most of your time, then that is all that matters.
I mean, I doubt Urianger's Charizard. I think we'd be fine. God, I cannot wait for Trails in the Sky second chapter next year.
I still need to pick up the first game.
Yes, you do.
Okay, now we have a choice. We go bug LSA and Grahatia, or do we go bug Alphino and Estinian?
Alphino Estinian.
Alright.
I need Estinian's reaction to the estate.
Look, he's even not in his armor. So you know he's taking this seriously.
But yeah, not like, Sam, to put this in perspective, you know, I said, like, choosing, like, my top 5 games of this year was hell.
Yeah.
Trails is one of the games that was in the running for first place for me, alongside Expedition 33.
Checks out. Hello, Alphino and Estinian.
Oh.
What brings you here?
Oh, just came to say hi.
Ah, so you were worried that the Levier household
Also,
might
it's
again
not
be
seeing a
gripped by
Stygian in
turmoil.
armor.
It is.
All is well, I assure you.
Doesn't happen too often.
In my letters home, I had made mention of Estinian, you see. My mother wished to meet the legend in person, and so we arranged to have a spot of tea together.
Where were you in my
Yeah, I
hour
figures
of
out
need?
Bill would write about Estinian.
Fell beasts I can face, but I'm not made for idle chit-chat with lords and ladies.
He's like, please fucking help me.
Well, I for one thought you held your own. Mother was the picture of delight.
I might have been delighted myself, were we in a tavern with more agreeable drink. The thought of fleeing crossed my mind, but what then? I'd never hear the end of it, least of all from Tataru.
I'm sorry. 'Twas not my intent to cause you such distress.
They both
It's
look
just-
away.
It was one of the things I didn't want to leave undone ere we set forth.
Hold on. I'm just picturing him in my mind. Like the three of them are at the table. Alphino and his mom look away from Estinian for 2 seconds. And then all of a sudden it's like, what do you think? They turn back, he's gone.
That's not to say I think we won't be returning. Yet,
Estinian
given
just
what
be
lies
like, your
ahead,
green builds are not meant for
I did
this.
not wish to leave for later that which I could do today. After all, tomorrow is never promised.
It's fine. Not like I had better things to do. Besides, seeing you with your mother brought back fond memories of my own. Be we rich or poor, family is family. Well, it's past time we were on our way.
Wait! Since I left home, I've made a great many mistakes. Mistakes for which I can never make amends. But through it all, you didn't give up on me. To have returned here with you at my side, it means more to me than you know. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Forgive me, but it needed to be said.
I'm the one who owes you thanks. Were it not for you, I would not be alive today, nor come to terms with Nidhogg's spirit. I am ever grateful.
Suppose I ought to thank you both as well.
Well, we needn't make it a competition. You know, this must be what Heidelin meant when she spoke about depending on one another. However treacherous the road before us, together we will prevail.
Now to meet up with the red duo.
Yep. The Reds. Well, sounds like Cantor's having a time.
Okay, let's Looks like I want the student warp then.
I think it's beautiful. Hi, Pudding Way. Study the ways of pudding.
Oh, God. Yeah, I need to talk to her now. Let's see. Good luck.
Good luck. Feeling like they're about to pass the fuck out.
Alice is passed the fuck out.
Try speaking with Alice, but she is fast asleep.
They are eepy.
Eepy. It's like I'm just gonna sit here and wait. Like, and maybe doze off a little myself.
Oh. Knowing them, they're probably dreaming about the
feel like my
celestial
neck would
adventures to
hurt.
come.
Probably.
Just as well. They've been running themselves ragged of late. Unlike you and the others, I'm a few steps removed from the danger and excitement. The things you all get up to never fail to impress me. But by the same token, I can't help but worry. Not only for your safety, but for your happiness. After everything you've sacrificed, you earned it 1,000 times over. From the simple pleasures of tucking into a hearty meal or collapsing into a comfortable bed, to the grand triumphs of visiting legendary lands or finding true love. You deserve all the joy in the world. There is so much that life has to offer, so much to be treasured and shared with those we hold dear. So promise me this. Come what may, you won't give up on your own happiness. When you're out there fighting tooth and nail, it's all too easy to forget. But in the end, your passions will be your greatest strength of all. Remember that.
This feels familiar.
This feels familiar. Orange sleepyhead?
Well, 'tis good to be... wait. What am I...
You did.
Gods, don't tell me I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Not that there's any shame in it, but you were sleeping like babies.
Oh, how embarrassing.
And Alice just walks over.
Not a word to anyone. Understood? Not one word.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm told that sleeping in proper beds of your own choosing is a much more effective way to prepare for battle.
It's been in some deep study or something.
So, what were the two of you doing here?
I had a few books to return to the library.
Thought I'd take care
I'm
of
trying to
it while
imagine
I
what the
could.
reaction would have been if it was Alphina who saw her.
And you?
She would die of embarrassment. Just enjoying a little peace and quiet. The simultaneous head tilt. Just like, oh, okay. All right. Now it's our turn.
I like to imagine with my character, the second she says that, no, we're not to anyone, me immediately cast magic barrier.
It's like, hey, I have one of those too. I see you. I can perceive you. Alright, time for us to go eat. Welcome back, Harris.
Yep.
Return to catch a few final winks before embarking on your mission, I presume. You happen to know your chambers have been cleaned and fresh linens laid out. I pray you enjoy the sweetest dreams on this final night before the big day. Tired to your chambers? Yes.
Alright.
Then all of a sudden, one more talk with Ardbert somehow. That night at the Royal Menagerie in Alamigo.
Oh boy. Once it loads in for me. What happened with
You
him?
will never get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly. In that transcendent moment, what was it that I sought in you?
Ooh, that conversation cut him deep.
She said she didn't think she got through to him.
What was it that you sought in me?
So he came back here because this is where that battle was in Stormblood.
Yep. Came back to reminisce. Thus it dawns. The day of reckoning.
Hard to forget that flower field.
Yep.
I still find it funny just how much in Stormblood Ascension was just waiting in the background for the right time to get the eyes back.
Yep. Man was playing the long game.
How often have we thus assembled? To combine our knowledge and seek solutions to the problems before us.
Back at the Waking Sands, it was all we could do to address the most minor of troubles. Who could have realized what we'd find when we began to look to the sources of the realm's woes?
At the Rising Stones, we made great strides and shared many moments, from the joyous to the sorrowful.
We've had occasion to call other places home too. Be it Ishgard or Kugane, we were fortunate to find sanctuary wherein we might take stock and continue our fight.
I was honored to host this company in the Crystarium, to stand with you all as we confronted the truth of the star itself.
And now from this place, we go to fight the most important battle of all.
The Forum has sent word. The Ark is ready. The Loporrits naturally will be commanding the vessel. They will see the 8 of you to Ultima Thule. Upon arriving, your objective is to find and vanquish Meteon.
By the way, I love how still all
As
the
a
time
final
later, Simeon still
formality,
just leans
the
against
Forum
the wall.
bade me ascertain your resolve.
Still gotta look cool.
So, are you certain you wish to do this?
We are.
Then, ere you report to Thalmasane, I leave you with these words. You must triumph. What that means will differ for each of you. To make it back home, or to simply avert doom, or perhaps something else altogether. Yet whatever it is that drives you, I have faith in its power to see you through. So please, triumph. Triumph, as we who remain behind believe you will.
Let us be off then.
Wait!
Now Tataru wants to say something.
Both Kryle and I will be there to see you off, but as your receptionist, I feel I need to say this here. Safe journey, all of you, and be safe.
You can count on it. Here we go.
One thing I've always wondered.
Go ahead.
One thing I've always wondered, and Tataru having these made me think of it again, is like, what do those like one finger glove things feel like?
That is Good question, Iguana. Level 89, Unto the Heavens. And I'm just now seeing you're still in the cutscene.
Yeah, I was like a little behind on the voice lines from you.
Gotcha.
And loading. And loading.
And loading.
Game, I've like only been in this place this recording session. Why were you taking so long?
There we go.
Alright.
I suppose this is where we part ways, for now at least. Would that I had sage words of wisdom to share ere you depart. Mayhap the dealings of Galuf Baldussian will suffice. Surrender not to anger or hatred, he said. Look beyond them, and there find true strength. What one sees beyond is open to interpretation, I think, but for me, it would be the things I cherish most in life. Things I believe are worth fighting for. Something to consider as you venture onto the Sea of Stars.
Oh, I could just use the teleport offer. Oops.
Oopsie poopsie. Hello.
I need to dust off my figures later.
There you are.
Alright.
Together.
Hi, Alpha.
Alpha appears to be trying to cheer you on. Miniature model of Omega appears to be staring intently at you.
Here we go.
Roll for Chanel.
I still love that Alpha's here.
Yeah.
All present and accounted for? Good. As you will have heard, the Ark is ready. All that remains is to board and be on your way.
I've seen my fair share of tight schedules, but this was bloody murder. But we did it. We finished the ship. It's safe, fit for purpose, and looks good to boot. Aye, it's a Garland through and through.
I really don't know what we'd do without you. Thank you for everything.
Don't mention it. Ever since that episode with Omega, I've been toying with the idea of starfaring vessels. And as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. We've learned a lot, let me tell you.
He's just like, quit.
In case you're wondering about payment, the ongoing existence of the world ought to do. But feel free to throw in a colorful recounting of your journey on your return. So, have you thought of a name?
A name? Wasn't everyone just calling it Father's teeny tiny toy boat?
Well, seeing as its purpose has changed, I thought a more eloquent name was in order. I suggested as much to Fortuno, who seemed quite amenable to the idea.
Oh my god, I'll say.
As you know, this vessel is the culmination of heretofore unprecedented collaboration. And though said collaboration is owed to the Scions, there is another whose noble deeds made our work possible. From a fragment of Dalamud, we obtained not only advanced materials such as refined adamantite, but the knowledge to traverse the stars. And this fragment would not have found its way to us had the Archon Louisois not fought to protect this world, and in so doing, laid down his life. Now that the vessel stands complete, I cannot help but wonder if it was more than mere happenstance. If it was my father's intention to guide us here. In the hopes that his guidance will see you all safely home, I name the vessel after that self-same fragment of Dalamud he delivered unto us. The starship Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Sorry for the wait. I got everyone you asked for, and not a one less.
What are
What are you all doing here?
Oh, I invited them. The representatives of those tribes with religious inclinations. You've done a fine job of readying the Ragnarok, but for it to take flight, we'll of course need the power of the Mother Crystal. Given its immense size, however, transporting it would be an absolute logistical nightmare, not to mention we'd need to shatter it into tiny shards for feeding to the engines. But a brilliant idea came to me. We convert the crystal's energy into forms that can transport themselves!
Thou wouldst employ summoning, or should I say its precursor, creation magics.
Care to explain for our benefit?
Such a cool idea.
As you may have witnessed at Bestway's Burrow, the Loperids are capable of creation magics, which they use to shape the moon's environment. Yet simple though they make it seem, 'tis a highly advanced and exacting art. To perform it correctly requireth that the wielder holdeth the object in his mind's eye in clearest detail.
Hence the ancients' meticulous management of concepts.
Drawing upon this art, the Ascians conceived of summoning as we know it. A derivative that replaceth the complexity of concepts with the simplicity of zealotry to make manifest a creation.
I see. By combining the Loperit's magics and the tribe's faith, we convert the Mother Crystal into primals of purer form and greater obedience. summoning as it was intended, one might say.
Indeed! Indeed! While Heidelin gave us the ability to use creation magics, she forbade us from using it to make anything possessed of a soul, or similar. She didn't say anything about fulfilling the desires of others, though. So, borrowing our friend's faith, we'll create deities using the Mother Crystal's power and send them to the Ragnarok!
Am I the only one here concerned about the risk of being turned into a tempered minion?
Oh, right, I was getting to that. From what I've read in Sharlayan tomes, it appears the Ascians incorporated an additional nasty element into their summoning method. The fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief. Beings thus created are instilled with the self-same desire and use their powers to enthrall people, starting with the summoner. In contrast, our creation magics, the original and the best, except no substitutes, don't incorporate any of that rubbish, so there's no risk of tempering. I mean, if the being was on the scale of Zodiac, you might feel a little tug, but I think we'll be safe enough.
Truth be told, I do not understand the intricacies of this plan. But none of us would ever turn our backs on you. When the avatars of our faith ran amok, you intervened without decrying we who birthed them. Where others vilified and suppressed us, you offered understanding and friendship. In gratitude, we will share with you the true expressions of our gods. Not malevolent deities, but benevolent saviors.
Alright, you lot, we're heading to the ethereal sea. Stay in sight, else you're liable to get lost.
Lead the way.
May we have a moment? In anticipation of the day man might journey to the stars, we developed these.
Portable teleportation devices. One for each of you, designed to work in tandem. Press the button on one, and in a matter of moments, all 8 will activate and send their owners back to the Ragnarok. There is no telling what hazards you may encounter. If you find yourself separated or lost, please do not hesitate to use them.
Why is my dog barking?
Be safe, all of you.
Thankfully, you don't hear anything.
You as well. I pray you take care.
Looks like everything is in order, so I'll go ahead and board. A few of my fellows will remain to assist with the summonings, but rest assured, the vessel won't want for competent crewing.
If you are ready, then you should board as well. Go. And Godspeed.
All right.
Get on the ship.
Converting the Mother Crystal into deities is one hell of a fuel supply.
Yeah. Hi.
Alright. That question mark of the ship to load in, so I know who to click on.
Over here. If you would come this way, I will direct you to the bridge. Upon boarding the Ragnarok, several cutscenes will play in sequence.
Yep. Several cutscenes.
Yep.
You discover a new location. I'm still loading.
Unable to accept teleport. Sleeping way.
Welcome to
You
the
can tell
bridge,
this was built with Valorant
everyone.
tech.
I hope
Clearly.
you have everything, because I can't be bothered turning back.
Because I can't be bothered turning back.
God damn it, Sleeping Way.
Right then, make yourselves comfortable. We're setting off in just a moment.
It's incredible.
This is Fortuno. Can you hear me?
It's
preparations
always fun
for
with
the
ones where
summonings
Final
are
Fantasy
complete.
goes sci-fi.
Yeah.
In accordance with the 14th phase of the plan, we have moved the Ragnarok
14.
to the launch site. The gates are open. You may depart when ready.
So, are we ready?
As ready as we'll ever be. Let's get going.
Oh, come on. The burnt-out star's got more fire in its belly. Try it again, with feeling.
Have Alphino do the honors.
Me? But I...
No need to be coy, brother. Do it, and do it well.
If you all insist. Onward unto the distant stars and beyond! Ragnarok, engage!
Engage!
Push the button.
Engaged!
You can tell the VA had fun with that line.
Oh, definitely. You'll be right back.
Oh my god. Not the 5-panel shot. Imagine if someone was not paying attention to current events much and just saw all those blue rings show up in the sky.
daggers into the sky. I cannot imagine a greater indignity.
Do not sulk so, for thy mighty winds exist not only to buffet and batter. Nay, they may serve also to thrust forth with vigor. Such is thy glory, and thus it is an occasion to rejoice. So come, let us revel!
This is such a cool scene.
So long as the wind blows freely, I suppose all is as it should be in creation.
I'm trying to remember, who was Lord of the Revel for?
The Kojin.
I will render unto them a storm, that they may pierce the firmament and fly free!
Back on the ship.
Still in one piece? Good. Sleeping way? Report?
All's well. Fantastic, even. Thanks to the power of those primals, the engines are roaring and we're ripping along.
All values are also within projected ranges. Time to destination is 8 carats. Perhaps 7 at a pinch. All right, let's go over some points of caution. Our destination, as you know, is Ultima Thule. Lest you wonder, the place is not a star so much as a patch of emptiness. That's the extent of what our equipment could determine, anyway. From what we know of Meteon, she's likely used dynamis to obfuscate her location.
What is that in hours?
So, in conclusion, we'll only know what's
question,
there
Guano.
when we get there.
The crew and I will see to it the ship's ready to take off at a moment's notice. We'll support the search as best we can, but it'll be your paws on the ground, assuming there is any. But everything will be fine, I'm sure. Hydaelyn believes in you, so you ought to believe in yourselves. Just don't do anything I wouldn't, like waiting too long to use those portable teleporters of yours. Personally, at the slightest sign of trouble, I'd mash the button to bits. And you should as well.
Understood. We promise to be careful.
I suggest you brace yourselves. We're about to arrive and the vessel will shake a good bit. What is this? Something is interfering with the equipment.
Living way, isn't button masher. Good to know.
Greetings.
Oh, that's not good.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
So this is Meteon.
Oh. Have you met one of my sisters?
Hi, Meteon.
I don't remember meeting you myself. But I do know that you're from Atheris. Why have you come? All you had to do was wait. I would have delivered to you your ends.
We didn't ask for that.
I don't understand. All life is destined to end. Why choose to prolong your suffering? Effort, ambition, love, they amount to naught. Happiness, should you find it, is inevitably lost. Stolen away by events beyond your control.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
There is no logic nor meaning in it. You think there is. Convince yourselves. But it's all a cruel accident. Come now. I speak the truth. A truth you would recognize if you looked up at the night sky. Unbroken emptiness. Cold, dark, and silent. Your world, like every other, is but a blemish upon its perfect fabric. Life is an anomaly. It is unnatural and cannot continue. The sooner you accept this, the easier it will be.
Just to be clear, we're not here to argue with you. We know that life is fleeting, and that in the short time we have it, we're not assured happiness.
Indeed. I've seen far more sorrow in the eyes of many I've met. I myself have plenty of regrets. And one day they'll die with me. Gone to dust with my good deeds and unfulfilled dreams.
But we accept this. That our existence may seem pointless. That sorrow, rage, and despair will always dog our heels. And we press on regardless. That is why Hydaelyn guided us here. In her boundless love for mankind, she has prepared us for this trial, and in her name, we have come for you.
Yes, I sense it. A burning passion like unto fury. I know it well. For the same passion once burned in many a star before yours. Suffocated and extinguished now. You approach the bounds of my ultimatum, where emotions dictate reality, where resignation and acceptance unite to embrace the end. Where those who yet
Not like that sound
come
effect.
to life
Nope.
can thrive.
By the Fury. Thancred?
Where'd Thancred go?
Meteon has gone as well. Mayhap he awakened first and gave chase.
Everyone? It appears we are at our destination.
Yep.
This is Ultima Thule.
Not that we knew what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this.
Welcome to what is probably one of the coolest areas
From
in the game.
atmospheric composition to ambient temperatures, all reading to within permissible range. This place is capable of supporting life.
Oh yeah.
If that's the case, then Thancred may well have gone on ahead. Let's go and have a look. Meanwhile, I want the rest of you to perform a full inspection of the ship, as well as a biological scan.
So it was that the brave wayfarers arrived at last at Dream's End. In following their path walked
Forgetting they had the
and
reading
history
because I just
written,
immediately
I
thought
am
of
made
Galaxy
keenly
Quest.
aware of one truth.
Is there air? You don't
Though
know.
the curtains may fall again and again, so long as others take the stage, ever shall there be more tales to tell. So, let them bring it to a close, I say. Let the curtains fall upon this, the final chapter in the tale of the star.
Is this a dead star?
Alright.
No, do not skip.
Loading the area.
As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. The environment itself shouldn't kill us.
Loading.
Well then, let us search for Thancred while exploring
Come
the
on.
area.
Load.
The ship we leave in your care.
Oh, cool, we have a mender here. Should we need it?
Oh, this will be a fun environment.
Hell yeah. Like I said, welcome to one of the coolest maps in the game.
Ultima Thule.
You know, at some point you should log out and log back in and look at the loading screen. It's fucking sick.
That's a fun sentence. As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. You can tell they had fun going, what if we designed a world map to look like the final dungeon?
Yeah. I can't guarantee it will be of help in these strange surrounds, but I've readied a provisions node in case of emergencies. Of course, if you encounter any real danger here, I expect you to return to the Ragnarok at once.
Alright.
Strange new world. Only the text is funky. Fortunately, this place can support life, albeit badly, I suspect, given the torpid, stale quality of the air. But never mind that, we must find Thancred. Let's begin our search from the prow of the ship. Seems as good a direction as any. Try not to stray too far, lest we lose sight of one another.
Oh, I see what you mean with the font. Yeah, because that's like an alpha for the A.
Yep. So, funny thing about the ship, actually, if you teleport back to Labyrinthos, it's still there. And there is, I think, like a little mini side quest that tries to explain how it can be in both places at once. Bottom line, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, space-racy bullshit. Hey, that looks like a dragon. And that's actually a dragon. These panels look weirdly familiar.
Where have they used before?
Ruins. But of what, I wonder? Perhaps you can find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything? Something dark and move. Molten structure. The metallic pillar has been partially melted, likely sometime in the distant past. Damage does not appear to have been inflicted deliberately. Rather, it calls to mind the indiscriminate destruction often wrought in the heat of battle. Look here, this pot is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggests that it is man-made. Its builders were surely not men as we conceive of them. Having said that, I swear I've seen this pattern before.
I'm trying to place it. Brain is being dumb.
Yep, could not tell you.
Hi.
What, did you get aggroed?
A little bit.
Sure fucking did. I got you. Hi, friend.
I clicked the wrong thing for that dual cast pattern.
Yep. I still got someone over here to talk to. Standing in from having the high ground. I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings. Poor decision in hindsight. Besides the light from the ship, all is shrouded in darkness. Thancred is here, I'd never know it. From what I can tell, we're near the edge of an island, if you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris. Were you able to find anything? As I feared, and still no trace of Thancred. It's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which, unfortunately, isn't very far. Though I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. Leaving me with feelings of death and anguish. I felt it too when I was near that thing. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. Wait, do they not see the dragon?
Apparently.
Before we jump to any conclusions, perhaps we should search elsewhere. Agreed. We've only found more questions when we are in desperate need of answers. There's a fair stretch of terrain from the ship's port side we get to explore. Let's try searching there, then. Panel. Harris, a word before we join the others.
I'm like right next to where he is when a dragon decided to aggro me. It's dead.
It's dead.
That's all the police.
What's up, Stanian? See them too, don't you? The dragons. As I thought, the presence is tenuous at best, but there's no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgard or mine with Nidhogg is what allows us to perceive them. These apparitions be related to the dragons that now live on Aetheris. Better to leave such conjecture to the others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and anguish. What happened to them, I wonder?
Hello, Ether Crystal.
No Etherite?
Oh, those are cool patterns.
Yeah.
Dragons? Here?
What you see is a memory of a world that once was. A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
What? Their world is dead?
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
Our friend Thancred. Where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not? Oh, yes. He is here, and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words. Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist. In like manner to the oblivion I send, I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis. Beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe. Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone. Didn't even have the chance to be transformed. Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul. In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word. Survive. That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled here. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade. Into a place you can perceive, and where life can endure. That you draw breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
Well, shit.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business.
It's futile. You will never reach the true me. I told you, emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter in its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
Meteon holds too much sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
I do not know. But Thancred gave his life that we might come this far. We must press on.
Brain's having a hard time processing if he's actually dead
We
or
cannot
not.
turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
Well, at the very least, he's, reduced to some intangible form or other. Currently. Money. Burdened wings. Soul without body. A form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when residing in the first. The circumstances are rather more dire than that, 'tis true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. Regardless, in sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let us not squander it and ascertain the nature of this realm that we might confront and defeat Meteon. Justinian, Harris, would you accompany me in speaking with these dragons? Mayhap they can enlighten us. I'll ask the rest of you to survey these surrounds. If there's a path that may lead us to our quarry, we must find it. Very well. We can reconvene here when everyone is finished. Meteon said these dragons are shadow and shade from a world whose denizens sought oblivion. As such, they are not like to be amenable to company, let alone conversation, so please, be careful. Let us split up and gather what knowledge we may. Hello, Mr. Durgan. Visitor, not of this star. Will thy slender hands bring plague to our world? Thy breath extinguish life's feeble flame? Oh, how we would adore thee, alas. With time our flesh shall wither and our souls fade, so we wait for its inexorable march unto oblivion. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. Just grab this while I can.
Yep. It was the first thing I did after leaving the cutscene.
Hello. Beyond that distant veil, paradise lost. So glorious, so beautiful. We were a proud and noble race, strength embodied. We knew only love before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver. No bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them. Crushing defeat. Never had we known such shame. Stilled now are the winds, though none could fill these wings burdened by ignominy. Fly no more, only sink into oblivion.
I'm gonna go check to see why my dog's barking so much.
Okay. Thou wouldst bid me speak? Folly. I observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar. Only watch and wait and end. One sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. I'm Noel, cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight they to describe such tragedy. Go, if that be thy will, I shall remain.
Apparently it's just because neighbors are being active outside.
Ah. What's that? Even the neighbors are active outside. They led you here as well, did they? Hard to me is the source of their woes and proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatching ground. It was. Seems similar on Aetheris. Midgar Summer's kind must have once lived and thrived in a place such as this. Vreetra said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remain. Have a look around. Maybe the Stags have more to tell of what happened here. Shattered Dragon Egg. Inside the Shattered Egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. A gelatinous, half-dried membrane from the corpse suggested failed to emerge. A murky liquid has pooled inside this eggshell. The noxious fetor is indicative of contamination. Gingerly lifting a large egg from viscous mire, you peer inside and see a formless mass soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragon within succeeded in hatching. What's this? I thought all the eggs had been ruined. The dragonet was indeed hatched, there's no sign of it here. Or its sire, for that matter. We should look for them. We start with the cliff tops, I'll search the plains.
End up finding a sightseeing while going for the objective.
Hell yeah.
It was real fun with the daily I did, where I got Stone Vigil, meaning I couldn't do the full 3-hit combo. Because for Double Mint, its level requirement was too high for Stone Vigil.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Durgan. Boisterous howling hath been quieted. By thy hand, I presume. Everything all right? Thought I hit a dragon. Something resembling one. Ah, I see what's happened here. That your child. Perhaps. Some eggs within Amnol are indeed mine. Life within one did quicken. The beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a reminder of our failure. Testament to our shame. Explain. They descended from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor, we gave answer. It was a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Yet when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. The survivors sought to put away their shame, to rebuild, a futile effort. In pure soil replete with ether did we once cultivate our nesting grounds, but our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. The few survived to hatch emerge as abominations. We shall have no new progeny. But there are dragons among you capable of journeying to other stars. That there are. Many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, the rabble of dragons incited contests for supremacy. The fires faded, the wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. 'Tis the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. Vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of everything. We wait now in sweet, merciful silence, free from strife and suffering, still as stone. Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there's another star. I don't fucking care. Test of will. They want only to brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. Sole reward for senseless bloodshed. Pain I understand, and wish that I did not. Fools we were. And now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come.
figured this would be hitting Estinian pretty hard.
Yeah. Considering his and Ishgard's... I could just teleport there, what am I doing? Considering his and Ishgard's history with the dragons.
Yeah. Well, with the way my laptop was with the loading earlier, by the time you remembered, I was like, I feel like it would honestly be faster for me to just walk over at this point.
Wait, were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons? Define meaningful. Oh, I see. You wish to escape what they perceive to be a cycle of conflict. Thank you, Harris, Stinian. For our part, I believe we are more acutely aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island, to see if there might be a path leading off of it. Sadly, there was nothing to be found. No small amount of debris floating about. There'd be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us elsewhere. I considered that, and so I tried throwing a stone onto a potential platform to judge its integrity. But it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of this island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. Do not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this space is as it appears. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Leopards to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we know more, I think it too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Meteon told us before, that emissions dictate reality here, might be the key. I'm not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. So what you're saying is we've no way forward. At present, aye. It is indeed emotion that governs this island. Perhaps it is not Meteons, but the dragons that hold us here. They tire of conflict and have chosen a path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they have chosen no path at all, meaning there's no way for the dragons, or anyone here on this island, to advance. A sound theory, disheartening though it may be. If that is the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof, the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer. Meteon meant to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok. We would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She conceded it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner, by overpowering the prevailing emotions. It was Ultima Thule's architect, Meteon herself, against whom Thancred did pit himself in a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them, as such I did chance to encounter a dragon possessed with despair far more potent than most. Potent enough, mayhap, to dictate the course for others, and thus their domain to follow. He spoke but few words, carefully chosen, their tone and timbre alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desire to remain may allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Alas, I fear my vaunted rhetoric availed me not against his calcifying heart, but mayhap one of you will fare better. Then I shall guide thee. I'll End, they call him, in the dragon tongue. Though thou wilt find him nearby, eyes fixed upon the water. Well, what have we to lose? Let's get going. all the way over there. There's our target.
Yep.
Hello.
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
I see. Perhaps I could...
I'll handle this.
Stinian stepping up to the plate.
So, waiting to die like all the others, are you? This So you say. Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the Expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind. Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive. Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict. No, you must be willing to confront it, to stare into the face of your foe, and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy. This lesson, a dear friend taught me at the risk of his life. There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity. And after everything we've endured, we will not let you stop us.
Justinian!
Stay back!
That bars our way. The rest is up to you.
No! Not Justinian too!
Oh, so they are definitely coming back. Like, if it was just Thancred, that would be one thing, but if we're doing the dwindling party thing, yeah, they're definitely coming back.
There's a wind.
God damn it. Yeah, I picked up on that after someone else.
He's opened the way for us.
I've played too many
Sacrificed
fucking
himself
RPGs.
to remake this place.
Fair enough.
Like Thancred did.
Poor
oh, Alphino.
Come. Let us follow the wind. It will not lead us astray. He would not.
Look of determination. By the way, did you notice a change in the music?
Yeah, I'm noticing a slight change. Also, was the skyboxes like purple before?
I think the atmosphere was messing with your perception of it. Which was
Stadium's
intentional.
thing basically cleared the skies. Okay, that makes sense.
Wind confluence.
God, these like Cosmo type of skyboxes never get old.
Oh yeah, now this place looks fucking sick. Look there, the wind. This is Justinian's doing, I'm sure of it. You ride its flow and see where it leads. Whee!
Minion, please.
Powerful Gale has delivered you to another island. The other sign should arrive before long. He did it. Found a way forward for us. Dragons remain trapped within a prison of their own making, lamenting the horrors of war. Yet Justinian knew them better than most. He was a man of honor and a dear friend, willing to fight to the very end for what he believed was right. He's still fighting, Alphino, just like Thancred. The sacrifices are why we can survive here. We still have a chance to stop her. Even in spirits, they're unwilling to give in to despair. We mustn't either. Alice is right. We must press on for their sake. Nod. Okay. So, question for you. Are you free tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Why?
Because I feel like this would be a good spot to, stop the stream. And...
let's see, yeah, so let me just double check a thing real quick.
Okie. And red is deafened.
Yeah, there's no Expedition 33 tomorrow, so yeah, I'd be free tomorrow.
Yay! All right, grand finale tomorrow.
Oh boy.
But I will be back in, I guess, roughly an hour and a half for some fun archipelago stuff. See you guys then.
All right.